Bueno, bienvenidos nuevamente al canal. Estamos nuevamente con el YCS Dortmund 2023. Ya quedan pocas rondas, pocos duelos. Estamos en el top 16, que es Gianluca versus Giuseppe, Dragon Link y Floowandereeze.
And here they are. As mentioned, both Italians, both actually close friends, so they know each other deck. And with an 11 against a 12, Giuseppe gets to start things off. And
¿Quién empieza?
the Italian renewed deck.
Empieza Giuseppe, ok.
We haven't seen it the entire
Con
weekend, but
Terraforming.
still with 2 decks left in top 16 because there's a number of players.
Terraforming, cadena shifter.
You want to have that versus Dragon Link, of course. Maybe one of the 3 most valuable cards in his main deck.
Y busca campo. Floowandereeze, bien.
This is devastating for the Dragon Link strategy. We also follow
Duality.
a pot of duality.
Totalmente al pie.
Taking Eggland, this means that there's not really a play, no Rubina or anything on Giuseppe's
Dos
side.
tormentas al pie. A la hoja. Ok.
I mean, if you already resolve Shifter, you don't really need that Dragon Link
Activa
anymore.
el campo.
It just needed to become a
Con
monster.
la
It did, and
Robina.
this will be a lot to deal with. I mean, the shifter alone is so annoying for Dragon Link to deal with. I don't even know what you can do against it. We saw it.
I know something because we have looked into the side decks of the players
Ok,
already.
se busca
and
el
honestly,
Empen.
we can take it one step ahead. There's Artifact Lancea in Gianluca's deck.
Okay, interesting one. Although, yeah.
Enorme de Robina, efecto, buscar Tucán.
Because they need to be banished in order to recover. But this is stuff we have seen plenty
Bien.
of time in the past, and
Yeah, so still in game number 1,
No
of course, we
sé,
have Search
Truzum,
the
Brempen,
the boss
cadena
monster,
2
the one who's
Águila.
on It's crazy that we haven't featured this yet the entire week because there were so many fluke players. As I
Bien.
said, still 2 of them left here in competition. That is actually equaling the number of Telemans players. So we had Telemans versus Floowandereeze in last year's final of YCS Dortmund, and it's still possible to have them again at this point.
I want to see that.
That's what
Honestly.
they're so
Yeah.
Remington, supongo,
So
¿no?
we are considering what to search out here with the Emperor. It's going to most likely be the trap, and that is indeed what he decided on.
Yeah.
We are going to add that
Bien.
good old Dreaming Town to our hand, and that's
Va a
going to be
setear
not the
dos
only
y
card we set
pasa.
to our back row, and back
Bien.
over to Gianluca.
This could be a quick one. If he doesn't have a way to fight against this shifter, might just pick up his cards, but
Bien.
he's going to try his best to stay in this.
¿Cómo?
And he starts things off okay with the Cypher.
Okay.
No
not
me
too bad, not too
Cypher.
bad. Does Giuseppe just immediately want to maybe
¿Lo va a dejar?
somehow? Oh wait, no, the
Pasar.
Dreaming Town would also not be able to hit the graveyard.
This can trigger them up first and foremost.
Oh, true.
Not interested in
Voy a
going
donar. No, ok.
I mean, probably he just does not want to play into Talent and Frost, I would assume.
Yeah.
So far, there's no need for that. But Striker Dragon is not doing a whole lot, to be honest, because it's
Activa
being gained by the
Regained.
Emperor. So far, no real need for Giuseppe to do anything.
Bien.
Really. I was wondering if he could have just waited this turn out, and if Giuseppe tries to
Activa
ultimate, he
el-
still had Mistills to play with him the next turn.
Sarni
So we are giving Giuseppe the
target
dimension shifter back into his deck, and
Oh.
if he has another one, he might even be able to use it in this game.
target
Yeah,
al...
but that's not the end of the work because some of the
shifter?
Floowandereeze combos can actually recycle
Activa
it
de
on
Regain.
so honestly getting rid of it is actually better in this case for Gianluca. But yeah, it seems like
Activa
that might be
una.
it. And I think Leo was right. Could have just kept his cards and tried to just use the Sarniers to survive. This time around, not quite.
Mm.
Hey, look at that.
Y ok,
Don't
mi
decide
pasa
to
no
activate
hace nada
Monster
en el
card
turno de él.
summons on our
Yeah.
opponent's
Ok.
turn. So Giuseppe will
Bien.
stick to normal summoning on his own turn instead. But let's see
Pues
whether that's enough.
tiene-
Whether that is going to be enough to end the game. If it's
Ese
30
Teo a
turns,
eso, ¿no?
Floowandereeze can strike to do it. Oh, there is the Branded Beast for the map right away.
Para el mapa, bien.
Going to resolve. Now the first
Rompe
card
el
now hitting the
mapa.
graveyard here after the Dimension Shifter, and Saronia will send another card to the graveyard, and it's going to be Magnum.
No,
Which is
Magnum.
I like it a lot
because now when the Eggland comes down as a normal, you can special summon out the Magnum from the graveyard, generating further resources. Also, Regain is pretty good against Floowandereeze because
Bien.
you can just recycle their Floowandereeze that get banished.
Yeah,
El Magnum lo puede invocar.
Once that access to Magnum, and Giuseppe, I think, kinda has to hurry up with his playstyle here, because if you give Dragon Link too much time, if they can resolve Branded Regain too often, if they can resolve Magnum too often, it's going to be rough. And as soon as that Magnum is in rotation, it's going to return, that's for sure. And as
Hace el
this
nombre
card
de
is using
Eggland.
this effect more and more, it's going to be tough indeed.
Cadena
Exactly
Robina.
what's going to happen using the Regain
Cadena
on
3
Magnum
Regain
right
para
here.
traerlo ahí.
Okay, so now we're going to form an interesting chain, because first of all, of course, the
Pero
Eggland will
no
resolve, and then
vaya
we'll
a
probably also want to normal summon something
No, sí,
through that effect, and then at some point, Gianluca probably also wants to activate the
¿Qué va a
Magnum.
usar?
We'll
Busca
have a
ahí.
new chain, and now we are
Okay.
adding Eggland to hand. We're going to use the next non-summon. Are we just going to use a Rubina to search for a 3 right here?
Could be the case. He already has access to the right side, so he has that
Está
hand already.
esperando
So
que
that's what he went for.
resuelva.
But it's also nice because you probably can go for the continuous spell. I think
No
it's a great way.
summon.
Not quite
Hace
for DK here,
uno.
because obviously the map is
Robina,
gone, but
dos
that would be a
Magnamut.
good plan, I assume.
I mean, Stree is actually like really good. I really like the idea of Stree because you can then
Okay,
get the Sarni out of the
Stree.
graveyard, and then you will be able to just end this game without any more
Bien.
Dark or Light monsters hitting the graveyard, and therefore potential Bestials in the hand of Gianluca might be turned off like that.
I mean, if you break this field, then there will be Striker Dragon Magnum from the graveyard.
Okay.
Nuevamente otro Empen que baja en el
There, first of
campo.
all, it's going to be
Cadena
Empen,
1
chain one Empen,
Empen.
chain link to
Cadena
Eggland.
2
And do
Águila.
we go for the continuous spell
Ahí
card that
abuela
Gianluca
mano.
is
Empen
seeing
para
right here?
buscar. Juego rápido
Means,
campo.
can't quite tell, but I'm pretty sure that's it. And since
Juega
this turn
continuo,
is not
puede ser.
creative a card like
Continuo,
you, very
ok.
extravagance, we can go for the draw effect as well.
That's true indeed. And yeah, I see Unexplored Winds in his hand.
Como
Oh, and he has a
Stree,
Stree, so Stree will just
si
immediately
tuviera un
resolve.
Bestial,
Gianluca
ahí
not even
podría
asking for a response window there. Maybe a
complicar
little
los
bit of a
pilas.
giveaway, and there now is a chance for the Branded Regain to trigger, so you might as well draw into one of those.
Interesting. Do you like actually going for the Sarnier instead? He could have gone for his own map and got that back with the Toucan, right? I think that was
Take
a nice play.
your
Good
Regain.
point. But I mean, the defense
Okay.
against possible Bestials is also kind of nice.
I really
However,
like that.
if you're breaking the
Para
field, Striker
robar
Dragon
uno, ¿no?
Magnum will be dark.
Sí.
But I mean, there is a Raiza in his hand, so I think there's never going to be any Lego Dark
Hace
Monsters for
Raiza.
I think this game, yeah, exactly. If we just get
al
rid of one of them
campo.
and Striker Dragon, oh,
Okay.
okay.
Wait.
Looks like we don't want to do that, though. We put that onto the top of the
Wow.
deck. Interesting approach there.
Yeah, I also thought he was straight up going for game then, but I guess... 'cause he has a
Efecto a la
really good effect on
continua.
map, maybe
Efecto a la
it's not like
continua.
he can do it now.
Bien.
I mean, what else can you get from this here?
Pude haber devuelto
Okay, he's trying to draw two cards,
otras cartas
successfully
del
doing
campo y
so.
pegar.
Floowandereeze monsters will go underneath the deck.
The thing is, he did this play to guarantee
raro.
he would draw into the map
Yeah,
back.
but let me tell you. Oh, wait, we just go into battle phase, so we don't try to end it. I thought, hey, we still have that trap set, so we would have secured to have another normal summon through
Hasta
a through a
pega
trap,
ahí, le
but
di
we
el
just did not
ataque
use
en la
it.
mitad.
Interesting.
Empezó
I mean,
los daños,
Giuseppe
ok.
definitely had the chance
Y
to
pega
close
ahí.
this one out, but I
Bien.
guess if you risk it this much
Watching
now,
the Dream
yeah, the
Town,
line has to run
Setiari,
up
la
to whatever is there. And
continua.
also, if you go for this line, I don't even know if I want to draw into the map, right? I would rather draw into different cards instead of the map, since we cannot use it this turn.
I mean, it's good to have it face up on the field when your opponent tries to normal summon on his turn. I think I like, oh, but there's
Perfecto.
special tactics for us on top of
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Because
triple.
yeah.
Okay,
now
Tormenta
we
Arpía.
have just argued the best card in the deck.
Su cola,
Very
Tormenta
much. We
Arpía.
expected that before and we went from being in bigger push, but that works.
But I mean, this is good enough, and RP Feather does. Yeah, I mean, RP Feather Storm is just.
Me
such a
encantaría
strong
poder
card.
jugar la
There's not
triple.
many outs to it with Red Rebuke gone,
Tross,
and,
pero bueno. En el Floowandereeze, pero están muy
It's
caros.
pretty tough to play around it. So it's been popular lately as
Look
one of the
at
decks
Loelia.
because you can just going first, set up through triple tactics Frost. But Giuseppe Tantano decided that it's even
Draw.
powerful enough to play 2 copies of it in the main deck. So he wants to hard draw it from time to time, he wants to set it
Bien.
for Frost. He just thinks this card even going second is good
Perfecto.
enough. Look at that, it's the first
Yo
monster they've
tiraría
already
la
activated. They
Tormenta
have
Arpía ahí.
Gianluca, so
No le
we're
dejé
holding the
pasar,
first one for
¿no?
now.
Gianluca going to search for a Bestial here. I was
¿Qué
going
vas
to
a
say he
dejar
might find
pasar?
Jerusalem
No tiene
to
sentido.
further, however, Jerusalem can only
Sí.
send
Special
special
summon.
monsters, and there's not a lot of those in Floowandereeze.
Bien.
I mean, even though it was already activated, it's still going to be negated by the Featherstorm, though. And therefore, we chain it to the Rebellion. Oh,
Va a
that is just
setear
a sad
uno.
monster. Gianluca holding on to his last defense.
Y a
There's
Dream
not only a sad
Town.
monster,
Bien.
this is also a really sad monster, and now we are going to activate the
Uno
trap back
águila,
normal summon. Can
dos
actually still search the
robina,
deck. Feels like he has all of the monsters in hand already.
tres regain para
I think it should
invocar.
be a Miss Belly Apex Alien that's still in his deck, which would be a safe way to play
I think
for
that's
a
called
couple of
the
things.
Acá.
Maybe not even.
Y
Yeah,
acaba de
maybe that
resolver.
should be something.
Ahora acá no va a tributar el Magnamu.
But we can summon out the Rebellion, though.
No.
So we didn't go for the.
Oh, we didn't even activate the Aghanim. You were totally right. There was nothing you could have searched for the Aghanim. We already have access to all the
¿Por
tribute
qué?
monsters in our deck, so we cannot even continue to normal summon Rebel, though.
And did we use Regain to shuffle something like this turn already?
Tiene Apex, nada.
Does it have to be Light or Dark?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Dark, yeah.
Qué raro.
Yeah, that would be
Yo,
the best.
me gustaría ver el deck profile
this
list.
card otherwise, yeah. But yeah, I guess Giuseppe kind of forgot about the absence of another tribute monster, but this is still perfectly fine. He has all the tools he needs to close this one out,
Correct.
and although it's obviously very tough to play on stream, let's not forget about that. A lot of emotion on the line, and huge crowd
Windows.
watching the game live.
Totally. And for the third time now, Brandon Regain is used on the Magna, and there again, it will be able to activate this
Otro
card.
Magnamu.
And Gianluca's still hanging in here. And he
Y
also
ahora
does not want to concede, which is
sí va a
actually something you really have to
ser...
consider.
Ah, tiene
for
Apex
Regain.
en mano,
If he
claro.
gets time travel versus the deck, they can just get itself 500 life points in the opening turn of a potential
Okay.
for a game, and you might be in a pretty bad position. So interesting to see that
Perfecto ahí
Gianluca is
para
holding on to his save
traer.
here. He still sees a chance probably of winning it.
¿Quién vuelve de ruinas? No.
Yeah, and here he forgot to resolve, the Ravina first, so he should first
La
add
ruina,
and
claro.
then summon the Apex.
Ok.
Okay, we're trying to
Okay.
put that Rebellion face down. All right, all right.
Which is arguably better for the Rebellion because
Perfecto
there's
ahí,
defense
claro,
running
se
and not
invocó.
anymore. However, we still have a
Three.
normal summon left. The standard normal summon
Cadena
on his free line now,
dos,
which is going to be so now we are getting rid
hizo
of
los
the
dos,
Magna
hizo los
Runner.
dos,
I can
Robina y
also
Águila,
use those
pareció.
okay, we've just missed that. This is
Unos
going to go back to
3,
deck again.
dos
Okay,
águila,
so
3
Gianluca-
robina.
And Gianluca stays so incredibly calm, right? Like,
Tu cam,
whenever
salta
Giuseppe
la
is just thinking
trampa.
about something for very long, then after a long time activating the chain links, Gianluca immediately says, yep, regain. He always knows when it's his turn to activate the effect. Very accomplished player. I saw Gianluca really being successful the last couple of weeks as well at regionals and
Y
Olympic championships.
Raisa.
Already grinding himself some world
La
championship
Tormenta
qualifier
Arpía a la
points. He's definitely on
mano,
the radar. Now with Busy
al
Man,
Real
probably
Deck.
will be committing to the grind even more.
Y ahí.
He's already in top 16 of the event here.
Yep, that is going to be a lot of points, and this is certainly a player who can do it.
For sure, absolutely.
And
Ok,
again,
Tormenta
interesting
Arpía,
line,
Tucán,
but
Raisa
still,
nuevamente a la
back to
mano.
rise, okay.
Giuseppe just does not want to end this here, right? He just wants to play a little longer with his friend and
Poquito
teammate.
de continua.
Oh no,
Ash.
he
Duality.
Ashed the wins because he didn't want to get Harpy's Feather Stormed again, but the pot of Duality follow-up is
Y
going to
agarra
be
la
eventually
Duality
into the again, and he's just
trae la
7 cards in his hand?
la
It's a lot,
Harpy.
that's for sure. So we are once again entering the battle phase,
Sí,
and now
ahí,
Giuseppe realizes that this
perfecto.
monster has 3,000 defense. I mean, sure, we can still activate the effect of Empen and just
Okay.
make the Empen a little bigger, but still, that
Pega
wasn't
ahí.
necessary, honestly. No.
Y pega
And as
ahí.
you mentioned, he could have just kept
Ok.
his Ryza and other
Está
monsters around,
controlando
but he wants
bastante
to give
bien
his
el
friend
juego,
another-
el duelo, o sea,
Yeah, for sure, why not?
capaz de
So,
poder
we
haber
know one of them
hecho
is going to be
OTK
second copy of
antes,
Hamster Storm.
pero otro.
So is Gianluca even going to be able
Pero
to
está
hold on his next turn? It doesn't look
bastante
like it.
He's
controlado.
going to draw into the main deck evenly match that can get him out of this situation. It won't even because there is the Miss Valley Apex
Did
Aviator.
we resolve the Magnum, by the way?
No.
But we did activate it, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did, but we already drew for turn for Gianluca, so maybe we should
Ahí lo que hacen,
double check that,
dicen
because I
los
am pretty sure that he did activate
los
it.
narradores
I mean, it's not
que
there anymore visible because it was
no,
shuffled back to the regain,
no
so it's
recibe
easy to get
Magnamu,
back.
pero
It's
el
pretty
Magnamu
easy
no
to get
activó.
activated.
Porque
There now, he continues with the
sería,
sign here.
o sea, la invocación de
And
Magnamu,
is going to be changed.
pero antes de poder activar tiene que
Which is
resolver la cadena,
fine.
que fue la
Fair
normal
enough, stop
summon
the turn
de
as
Street.
well again.
Y
Double
creo
F,
que ahí
Double
lo
F,
tributó
double
ya
F now,
directamente
so 2 times in
por
a
el
row.
Apex, entonces ya no
Okay, so
estaba
we
en
are
campo
thinking
de
this through
Magnamu,
now.
entonces no
I think they
pudo
are now
resolver.
discussing
Yeah,
the
catching
situation.
up on the Magnum miss, but
I think they're both agreeing that the situation right now is correct. Okay, so maybe it was negated, maybe it didn't deactivate it. Fair enough. Okay, so another set monster by Gianluca, and this time we use the Dreaming Town to
Qué
normal
lindo de
summon
jugar
Rubina.
Floowandereeze.
Three
Yes,
as well.
back the street. So we are slowly draining Gianluca out of resources. I think at this point, concede. It really looks like it's over. What does Gianluca have up his sleeve that he can still think that he can pull this around?
Yeah, he's still so calm, right? He doesn't even think about the time that it's going down. He knows Dragon Link is the deck
Quedan
he has been playing for the last couple of
28
weeks and months. He's completely trustful in his cards, and he doesn't want to give up just yet.
Devolver.
once again he does this Feather Storm lock.
And we are once again adding the Razor back
Está
to our hand
bloqueando
instead
con
of just
la
going for
Tormenta
game,
Arpía, ¿no?
setting up game. Now we
Oh,
have 3
ahora no.
incredibly big monsters. One set card, which might as well again be the Brand.
Tiene mano.
Do not know which other cards it could be.
I think it regained, was it given back to hand? I mean, in that case, it would make sense. Okay, we're tributing the back row
Oh.
with our Cathedral. It would have been Book of Eclipse, which would have been nice, actually, if it would have been used in the battle phase. But that's not going to happen. Now we put that card back onto the top of the deck. Gianluca only sitting there with 3,100 attack points.
Guards.
Okay, Okay, but similar to Guards, though, it's a monster that summons itself. Sarnia will throw himself into the way here.
Okay.
We can negate that with the Apex Alien. We will still have game on the
Do you
field.
have to?
We don't even have to, it's still game, yeah.
Oh, true, you're right. Yeah, you can just attack over it.
That's why actually I would have liked the Apex to
Yeah.
attack first, but I mean...
Because if it's 2 Bestials, then it's not game anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
There.
get rid of that. We
Nectar
can
ahí.
attack with the Ampen. And, okay, no, first of all, we're going to send that Magnum back to the graveyard.
And
yeah.
now we
Okay.
are picking up the cards, looking at the graveyard. Yes,
That's
right,
it.
goes back to the
Okay.
extra deck after
Sí.
a long grind game with so
Yeah.
many Harpies, Featherstorms, so many Risers that were just added back to the hand. Floowandereeze succeeded.
Yeah, no, I again understand why we still have 2
Bien,
players.
bien ganado, o
Because
sea,
attack
lo
goes
controló
first. How do you
bastante.
beat it even?
No puedo
Absolutely,
hacer
and
nada
yeah, there are
para
good
Dragon
first game,
Link.
and there are games that just drag along for a bit, although the outcome was
Es
always
lo que tiene el
fun.
Dragon Link contra Floowandereeze. Uf. complicado.
talking about the Cosmic Cycle
Bueno,
earlier. I really want to
empieza
use one of
Gianluca
Cosmic Cycle and
por
then
Dragon Link.
Alright, it is.
Ah, no llegué a ver bien
Sure,
lo que
yeah,
robó.
sure, in
Vi
Giuseppe's
bastantes
hand, the Apex
magias.
Aid, usually you tend to side out
Y un
that
Apex,
in
creo.
seconds.
But that may be the best
Huh?
normal summon that the Dragon Link deck currently has to offer, and this is going to be a Black Metal Dragon, and that immediately turns into a Striker Dragon. Getting Gianluca 2 searches at once, it's going to be Boot Sector Launch and also the almighty Red Eyes Darkness Metal
That's
Dragon.
it.
Doesn't play the
Well,
big Red Eyes package?
I don't think so. I only see the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon.
That is really unfortunate because I love seeing a driver being sent to the graveyard from the deck with Meteorite Dragon.
Yeah, that's a cool tool for sure. But where are we going next? We already have access to like a small combo here. So there is the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon.
Okay.
Dragon Ravine was hard draw, so we are not
Ravine.
going to get into our Romulus here anymore, but we discard the 1/1. 1/1, just a card that actually
One
gives you
for
access to the
one.
Black Metal Dragon even more consistently, but you already had it, so you can even
Sangre
discard it.
Cementerio, Luelion.
Why not? Why not? And now we can pretty much set up what we talked about previously. So you want to get some of these branded spell and traps as well as the Erotic Sphere. And basically call this a grind game, I would say. But against
Okay.
Floowandereeze, that's their work.
Branded Beast, eso sí,
We'll see.
complicado.
Branded Beast, you have a card of his choice to activate over the Branded Regain, linking off both of the Black Metal Dragon and the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon into, oh no, it was Rebellion instead, into the
Y
sealed,
pasó.
and that's all it
Okay.
is. We are just going sealed, Branded Beast past, but
Yeah,
there is a
got it.
beautiful beloved by Leonard Koenig artifact Lancea. You saw it even before the game started, and here it is in game number 2 of top 16.
Oh, I
Okay.
love this card so much. It was absolutely fun to
Afecta
play against
tanto,
him.
depende.
Oh, and
No.
of course, chaining to the activation
Ah,
of
está
Artifact Lancea
encadenando.
to
Ok,
at least
está
get the search
encadenando.
off here with our quick spell, the Floowandereeze and the
Encadena.
Adventure. Still though, like, Artifact Lancea just makes all of your Floowandereeze monsters go to the graveyard instead of being banished, and that just hurts your resource game so much. Also, I think I see there's duality in his hand, and I saw the field spell too, and the field spell is just not going to be too great either.
It was 5 spells in the Apex, so definitely an interesting end, and he's not going to be forced to
Bien.
fetch for some answers.
Ok, a ver cómo lo
What
resuelve.
is it going to be? Duality, first of all.
Duality.
Okay, that can still resolve. It's 3, and then that's
Okay.
almost just
Oh,
engine.
the Ash Blossom is really strong though. If you have Engine, we know that he has Rubina. Against this field, it's really, really strong. The Heretic Seal does not hurt you too much, but there is Branded Beast, so you can actually seal effect in the graveyard so that your
Pero
opponent
puede
can
ser
get
útil,
gain
sí.
further resources and get the pop from Branded Beast.
I really like the Ash here, yeah.
The Ash looks amazing, honestly, because Gianluca
Pero
was
no
very,
crees que
very
es triste
minimalistic,
Ash
didn't do a
Cementerio,
whole
eso sí.
lot. So I think he doesn't have a lot of action next to engine even.
Have you seen the other card in his hand? Lightning Storm?
Ooh,
Really?
so he can take care of the monster and the backdrop. That's really nice.
Tiene el Storm, mano.
There it
Ok,
is, wow.
sí.
And Gianluca does not look too happy about that. He had the
Y
Lancea, felt
trampa.
pretty good
Bien,
about that, but
okay.
now he also knows that there is the Ash Blossom. What are you going to do here? What is your win condition here, Gianluca?
Okay, we are chaining, trying to bounce the
Yeah.
Rubina to hand.
Oh, that is-
Usually we get banished, but with the Lancea, it's still going to go back to hand. For this one unique scenario, we'd say.
Indeed it is. So Giuseppe.
Okay,
Now, still
okay.
resolving that Rubina. The thing is now we are going to normal summon, activating the effect of Agdon most likely on normal summon.
Levanta
Then
la
only
mano,
seals from inventory. I think seals might be chaining one, right?
No, the effect to summon is not.
Let's double check. So, this card distributed. It is indeed mandatory.
It is?
Yeah, it is
Wow.
mandatory. Therefore, you can activate the effect of Agdon then.
Oh, yeah.
Because it says it is card distributed, special summon one red monster. There is no depend.
Alright, this is chaining 1 and Eggen is not chaining 2. You couldn't use it anyways because the Rubina was sent to hand. So I guess that's why we're using Ash Blossom here.
Yeah, and then we
Tira
activate
del
it.
using-
campo,
Yeah, just
bien.
not use it.
Ok,
And it goes over to
ese...
Gianluca, and if he finds good engine here, I think
tiró
there's a way for him to
Asha.
still hang in this game.
There is a Rubina in hand against the map, so that basically means that if you normal summon something as Gianluca, you are in a bit of trouble because then you're still going to
La,
either an Eggen or maybe a Razor.
las esferas esas, las Seal.
Oh, it has
Sellos.
no.
Ok, no
Gianluca is
tiene
not
nada.
summoning dragons, and Giuseppe about to add some more birds fly. He reveals the Rubina for the map.
That is
No
not what you're
tenía
supposed to do in
mucho.
Dragons.
Porque tenía para... Si
Very
tuviera para
unfortunate.
jugar,
It
estaba
seemed like he was the one
tenía
prepared for the
solo
matchup,
la...
but in the end,
el
these
campo
lightning storm
su-
really
puede
got
ser
him.
normal.
Yeah,
Ah, tiene
Gianluca is
impermanence.
okay, but not enough
Okay.
to stop this.
Yeah, because we can still resolve the
Porque
Agdon.
está el
Agdon will lead us
campo.
to Amphen, and that's very promising here in this very simple game state that we find ourselves in right now. Double checking on the graveyard. Yes,
A
there
ver.
is a Rebellion as a resource, but we'll have to get a big dragon onto the field first of all for that to matter.
Tiene algo
So,
para jugar.
what's next? I think the cards in hand for Gianluca are the one Boot Cycle launch, which we search with the Striker Dragon, and then
Tiene águila en mano. Ok, tiene águila en mano.
So that might be really difficult now
Tiene
for
Prosperity
Gianluca because
también.
he has to get the
Okay.
cards into the graveyard or just find something completely different. I think
Y
perhaps
puede
the
ser
Boss could be really
sumo
strong here.
nomás
And
ahí
there he is,
tranquilamente.
the Empen, the big old boss monster of the Floowandereeze.
1,
Yeah,
2,
okay, so
Robina.
we are chain blocking Ash here by using
Oh,
chain
sí, la
blocking and
trampa.
to our little bird in the vanish pile, grabbing ourselves another card.
Para
There's still
controlar el
prosperity
duelo.
in the hand of Giuseppe,
Yep.
which is pretty strong because we might as well get ourselves
Bien,
another
perfecto.
Raptor or something.
Wants to push some damage first, it seems, and then activate it. This
Así
way,
normal
maximizes his
águila.
damage, but definitely a commanding position at the moment. Wow.
So this is already 3,500 damage on field. I just want to mention that here. But Giuseppe showed in the previous game that he's not the guy to OTK.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Okay.
He's taking the safe approach. And I mean,
Voy a
so far,
buscar
it's
el
totally working out.
Riser.
Game 1, he's now also in a very good position in
Ahí.
game number 2, so I would assume that he'll
Bien.
continue doing what he is doing the entire day, the entire weekend, and maybe he's on his way to
Tiene
be our YCS Dortmund champion
Riser.
here.
Wow, okay.
Y
We're
vos,
going to give
ok,
up our
tributa
Empen
el
for the
Riser.
Razor, interestingly enough.
Tributa
We
el
can only
Empen
tribute
por
one
el
monster for
Riser.
Razor. I think it is a tribute
Sí.
monster, right? But it has to be like wind or water, I think. We're bouncing all of his
Okay.
Giuseppe just does not want to
Top
attack, he just bounce all of his cards
Tiene
back to
la
the hand or back to the deck.
Prosperity.
He just loves to do that.
Ok.
I have a
Yo no hubiera hecho eso, pero bueno.
And you would never have to enter a battle phase again.
Oh, look at that. I think Ash Blossom just shuts down so many cards that Gianluca could pick up here, and therefore we are picking exactly that card
Ok.
to prevent
Yo no
further
hubiera
damage
hecho
that
eso, yo
Gianluca
hubiera
even has in
dejado
mind.
Wow.
Did we even attack?
el Empen, pero bueno.
Interestingly enough, we just don't want to deal
Okay.
damage here, I guess.
Y
And there's
pasa.
another pass. Gianluca can just happily pass again because he knows Giuseppe's not going to attack him at all.
Yeah, he's no fear.
Pero tenés la
Right
limitado para
now
jugar
in the
el
main phase
turno de
of
ellos,
Gianluca
así
still,
que
we are going to normal
es
summon out the Rubina through the effect of our trap once more.
posible, viable.
And we're double checking on our vanish cards. Chaining one Rubina, chaining to Aglan, the classic.
I think we can now add a Toucan that can also... Okay, we're going for streak. Of course, also taking resources from our opponent.
Streak.
Also taking- You could also go for an
Así
extra.
hace
Yeah, that's
stream
true. I'm
primero.
not even sure whether we even still have the good old Tugat in our hand already. And also, can Tugat even
Sí,
attack?
sin
I think it's
vista
just
ni
two
nada,
cards,
no
just
sé.
one. Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense because you can also add back to the
It's
card.
pretty much
Street,
a card.
Yeah,
carret,
it's adopted,
la
it's
termita.
for sure.
Oh, and
Ok,
there's the handshake.
ahí
Gianluca Gianluca
pero
knows this is going to take a while. There's not going to be a battle phase here. Giuseppe
ahí
is just
fue el
advancing to top 8 right now,
saludo y ahí
completely
terminó.
dominating the Dragons with his little
Esto
birdie strategy.
fue
Absolutely. Beaters with ending. We get
el duelo, bastante controlado. Parte del lado de jugador Floowandereeze, todo lo que fue el duelo. Top 16, que ahorita avanza al top 8. de YCS Dortmund 23. Y bueno, eso fue todo por este video. Espero que les haya gustado, espero que haya gustado el duelo, el contenido del canal y demás. Y bueno, hasta el próximo video y muchas gracias.